So back to what I was saying, somebody asked the question which Dixon has answered already, right? You want to see at the beginning, which is the origin. We always want to see at the origin, we always want to see what we call the inducement liquidity or internal range liquidity, right? So price takes it out. Then for the continuation, you necessarily do not have to see an inducement, right? Price may just come back. And let me even say this. Let me add this. I want to say this, very important. Let me say this. Listen. So I'm going to separate this. So let's talk about continuation a bit from here. Right. So let's say, for example, price has moved from the origin and price disrespected a V-shaped key level, which is, let's say, continuation setup. So we have a sort of this kind of internal, we have this impulsive move to the downside. This impulsive move to the downside, which is very, I want to say this. Now, this impulsive move to the downside broke below this particular V-shaped key level. And two things we want to see is that this V-shaped key level is actually overlapping inside of this particular imbalance, right? Knowing fully well that it is overlapping inside of that particular imbalance, right? Now, the concept of internal range liquidity and external range liquidity have told us when it comes to the forms of liquidity, right? We spoke about types of liquidity and forms of liquidity, and I told us previous daily highs, previous daily lows can be used as forms of liquidity. Old 4-hour highs, old 4-hour lows can be used as Asian highs, Asian lows, So in this type of situation, in a situation like this, the market is has a mind of its own. There are times that price will disrespect a V-shaped key level. To give to you this type of continuation setup, price is going to disrespect the key level with an impulsive move to the downside. Then it is going to create like an inducement close to the key level that is overlapping inside of this imbalance. There are situations like this, price taps into it and just continues to drop. Then there are unique situations like this that price will disrespect a V-shaped key level, break it to the downside. This V-shaped key level is going to be overlapping inside of an imbalance. Then you are going to see something like this. You won't necessarily see price where it's going to create like an internal range liquidity or inducement liquidities are like picture perfect like this. But you will see that the next candle that is going to, be created, the next candle that is going to be trading like very close to this. I'll show you examples of something like this type of stuff I'm sure I'm talking about. You will see that the next candle that is going to trade close to that key level, something like this. So let's say, for example, this is a 1-hour candle that broke below this V-shaped key level with an impulsive move. Then we are going to see that this next 1-hour candle now, you know that the 1-hour candle is not, it didn't create like a breakout like this. That's where we are going to use this one as an internal range liquidity. But what we are seeing is that this 1-hour time frame candle just traded a bit close to it. And also let's do a little bit of I'm trying to, okay, yeah. So let me show you what I'm trying to get a pictorial representation of what I want to do. So I'll show you now. So we have two candles like this. So let's say we have two candles like this that created the impulsive move. So this one created the impulsive move that broke. So this is what I'm trying to show to you now, right? So we have the imbalance that is being created. So you have this V-shaped key level. I think somebody's mic is on. Please, I want you to mute your mic, please. Okay? Somebody's mic is on. I don't know who that person is. Akpo Meme, good luck. So you will see that these two consecutive candles to the downside, this was, we have this imbalance that is being created, right? You can see this is the imbalance that is being created here, right? So what would you notice here? You would notice that the V-shaped key level that got disrespected by this particular candle is overlapping inside of the imbalance, right? And we said that the market seeks to do two things: rebalance and hold imbalance, and also attack liquidity. So we want to see price rebalance this old imbalance. So what did you notice? Most times, which is something you might want to do, I consider this next candle as my internal range liquidity. It's a form of liquidity, right? It's a form of liquidity as well. It's just like using the previous daily high as a form of liquidity. It's just like using the previous 4-hour high as a form of liquidity, right? So it's more like cases like this, right? Because we just want to have just one line on our chart, which is this key level that is also overlapping inside of this imbalance. So we want to see price come like this, right? come to rebalance the particular imbalance at this V-shaped killer that got disrespected and continue to move to the downside, right? So it makes a lot of sense, right? If you're able to add a little context, this is the context I'm trying to say, like this. So you see, let's say you're adding this. Sorry, hold on. I'm just trying to. So in situations like this, you can see that the V-shaped key level is overlapping inside of this particular imbalance. We had this particular impulsive move to the downside and broke below it, right? Right. You can see price is not going to give to you a picture perfect internal range of liquidity, right? You're just going to see price. This next 1 hour candle, which is like the last candle that made up the imbalance that this key level is overlapping in, is what is just going to serve as that liquidity that price is just going to take. At the same time, you might just take it out, right? You might not want to use it. You just see that price came to do what? Rebalance the old imbalance at this specific pricing level. So what did you see price do? Price came here, took out the next 1 hour candle. It could be a 1 hour candle, it could be a 4 hours candle. It helps you to still summarize the entire story that the market seeks to do two things: rebalance and old imbalance, and also attack liquidity. So you can see the old 4 hour high, the old 4 hour high, or the old 1 hour high was swept as liquidity, as a form of liquidity. But at the end of the day, we just want to see price come back to rebalance and old imbalance at that same V-shaped key level that got disrespected. Do you understand? Is it clear? I want to be sure that we are getting together. Is it clear? Okay, good. Oh, okay. So you can see we've been able to combine. We've started from storylines and entries combined, right? So you can see the origin sweep break with an internal range liquidity. So let me add one more. Let me maybe we'll talk about the rest tomorrow in the morning as well again. After a trading session is done, we can talk about it. There are times that price is not going to give to you a complete ABC. Everybody should know that by now, right? What I mean is that price is not most likely going to give to you something like this sweep break, like this, come back to the nearest key level, right? There are times that you're going to see something like this. You're going to have a sweep, you're going to have a break, right? Price will give to you engineered liquidity, right? You see something like this. You know what that means now. You can see the difference between this and this one, right? So price engineered its own liquidity. But I tell you, it's not even it's not even in the name. It's not about knowing name, right? You don't see us paying attention to names. I want to give to you an assignment. You see this continuation setup, go and study it. Go and study it, back test it, forward test it. I'm not even joking. Key levels that are overlapping with an imbalance. Go on. That was broken with an impulsive move to the downside. Master it. And if that is the only thing you are trading, just you get. So there are times that it's not even about the name engineered liquidity. Pay attention. After you see a sweep and a break, after the storyline has been built, one of the things you have to even learn to pay attention to is pay attention to what has happened to the left. When I mean the left, I'm not saying far left. Just pay attention to this sweep and break. What happened from this sweep and this break? What happened from the sweep and this break? The reason I'm saying you should pay attention to what happened from the sweep and this break, I explained earlier today during the day. I was saying to us that if you have a sweep and you have a break, and let's say this QMR key level, which is the A-shaped key level that got disrespected, right? I told us, if anybody will remember, I said, now that it has gotten, now, if it was first tested here once, then it got disrespected. Then it got disrespected again. So we might likely see price come back there, and price might continue to move to the downside. And I said it to us again that many a times it might not be this QMR key level. Pay attention to what I'm saying. It might not be this QMR key level that price might want to come back to play again. But if you pay attention to what price is paying here, there could be an open close, right? So for example, there could be a key level like an open close here. What I'm trying to say is that before all of this break of structure happened, this break of structure that happened here, you might likely find an open close inside of this place. that open close might have been tested once before the entire break of structure happened, meaning that there's every possibility that it is that open close that was tested once around this area before the entire break of structure happened. That is where price might likely come back to test again, right? So this is already 12. So let me show you, I think I have a clear example of what I'm trying to talk about. Um, Let me look. Sorry. So hold on, guys. Anybody who wants to sleep can. So are there times that the continuation setup are continued the following day, like the origin started the previous day, continuation keeps playing. Uh, the continuation, like the origin started the previous day, the continuation keeps playing even through the next day. Yes, now, yes, yes. See, study today's class. Oh, take notes, take notes, take notes. Right. So, for example, I think, okay, this is Pepperstone. Let me use Saxo. Let me use Saxo. Saxo might give to us a better data feed. There's something I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, beautiful. Right. So if you see, okay, I think I've seen one of the examples I was trying to talk about earlier today. So if you look at what, for the continuation setup, you can see what I was trying to talk about here, right? See, we have this open close that is resting here, right? And I think almost all of you caught this trade. It was like a 1 to 3, very quick 1 to 3. So this is what I'm trying to talk about. Impulsive move broke to the downside. This candle, this is where the imbalance started from, this low to this high, right? This is where the imbalance started from. But if we are not concerned about the entire story, right? We know where we started from. We came from a 4-hour key level, 4-hour rejected 4-hour, 1 hour gave to us a break, right? So this is the origin from the 1 hour for today. This is the origin of the setup here. So 4-hour rejected 4-hour, 1 hour break. We play the origin. Look at the continuation. So if you pay attention to the continuation, what happened here, right? So we have this open close that is resting here. It was not even tested already on the 1 hour. You can see impulsive move break. So look at what I'm saying, right? I said, you remember what I was saying about another type of continuation? You can just play the key level that is overlapping inside of that imbalance, right? And price will just continue, right? And I also said the next candle that is going to trade close to the key level can also be considered as a form of liquidity. Do you remember what I said not quite long? So this is going to serve as a form of liquidity. And I said that this type of scenario, it helps you to identify, understand that the market has done two things: attack liquidity, rebalance and holding balance at a specific price. I want you to, this thing we are showing is not magic. Why did price not come back to this one? Why did price not come back to this one? Why did price not come back to this one? Why exactly this particular place? Why? Why that particular place? Why is it playing there? Why? Why is it playing there? Why did price come to this place? Why is it playing from here? This is another 1 hour breakout. Look at the line chart. We had a breakout here. After the breakout, price came back to rebalance the old imbalance at this place. Then we had another 1 hour breakout here again. Look at this 1 hour breakout. The moment we had the 1 hour breakout, what did we look at what price came back to again? That same place. Look at this. Tapped into it, it dropped. This might not have given a 1 to 3, but you can see from the origin, continuation. Look at another form of continuation. We had a breakout. Price came to the extreme, which is the A-shaped key level. And you can see, are you seeing now? So if you just study, there's no point trying to, don't complicate, you don't need to complicate things for yourself, my guy. I think I've done something to my, what's happening? Ah, it's like I'm not, okay, what's happening now? I don't do anything. Okay, it's back. Ah, yes, exactly. If you understand continuation to trade origin, no good. I'm telling you, right? I'm telling you. So you remember, there's a particular set of an okay. If you look at this, if you look at this entire, uh, so everybody remembers this particular setup we looked at, right? On the 1 hour time frame, it was a missed entry. But when we came to the when we came straight to the 30 minutes, it made a lot of sense to us, right? We had a A-shape, we had a V-shape key level that was tested once, overlapping inside of an imbalance. This is a continuation setup. You can see what price did. You can see. So you ask yourself a lot of questions. Why did price not come back here? Right? Why did price not come back here? Why did he not? This is an A-shape. Why did he not come back here? That's what I'm showing to you. That's what I'm showing to you. Price seeks to do two things: rebalance and hold imbalance and attack liquidity, internal range liquidity that is resting in. But you don't need to mark it out. The moment you can spot it as internal range liquidity, don't mark it out. This is not graphics design work, right? This is place where we want to do what needs to be done. And the logic makes a lot of sense. A key level that has been tested, that held, that got disrespected with an impulsive move. The secret, it's the blueprint is in the impulsive move that led to the break, right? The beautiful thing is that same key level now is now overlapping inside of an imbalance. So you want to see price take out liquidity, rebalance imbalance at this specific pricing level. Look at this. Then we started to drop on the 30 minutes, right? That was like the first origin of the entire move. So when we see the entire origin, let's say it started from here, the origin started from here. The origin started from here. So if you look for any other continuation, what can you find? So you can see what the same thing that we had here, right? This type of setup that we had here. Open close key level that got disrespected with an impulsive move to the downside. That is also overlapping inside of an imbalance. Price traded into it. So what did you find here again? We have the same thing. Open close that got disrespected. Price came back to it and you can see the heavy drop. So we have origin continuation, right? In fact, the origin was a continuation setup. And do you understand? The origin was a continuation setup, right? So you can see the same thing as well, right? So let's say you want to consider this A-shaped key level, right? You are considering this A-shaped key level. It was tested here once. This is logic. It was tested here once. It held. But you can see how we got disrespected first time. Now, the beautiful thing is, if it was disrespected the first time, should it not hold as a buy to continue to buy? Yes. But it didn't hold. It broke below it again with a body to the downside, meaning that we might use it to sell. And you can see how we started to sell to the downside. So what did you find? This A-shaped key level that was tested here once, that was respected, also is overlapping. It is overlapping with this open close here. Now, the beautiful thing is that both the A-shape and this open close are all overlapping inside of an imbalance. So we want to see the market do two things, right? Rebalance and hold imbalance and attack liquidity. At what specific pricing level do you want to see price rebalance and hold imbalance? This is the closest, open close, right? Just like this one that we had here, right? Just like this one that we had here, this open close that has this particular inducement liquidity, right? We can also use this as an inducement liquidity, but it's very small now. There's no point to start drawing it. So, but it still tells us that the market did two things: attack liquidity, rebalance imbalance at this specific pricing level, and drop. We ask ourselves another question: why did price not come back to the extreme? Why did price not come back to the extreme? Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm, there's something I'm still looking for something. Uh, Building bias from you can build bias from 1 hour time frame, but see, let me tell you, if you want to if you want to have a good trading experience, please just build bias from daily and 4 hours. You use 1 hour for entry, right? Use it for entry. Just use it majorly for entry, right? Use it majorly for entry. Don't stress yourself that much. Yeah, start from daily and 4 hours. Don't stress yourself that much. Don't give yourself headache. I'm serious. Don't give yourself headache, right? So this is a continuation setup, right? That we were speaking about. You want to study USD CHF too. You fall in love with the peer. Look at this, right? Why did we not come back to this high? Why did we not come back to this key level here? Why did we not come back to this one? Why is it this one? Right? We can see. We can use this, like I said, as internal range liquidity. Right? If we use that as internal range liquidity, we know that the market seeks to do two things: rebalance, imbalance, and attack liquidity. So what do we want to see price do? Move from internal range liquidity straight to external range liquidity. Are you seeing why? Are you seeing how beautiful the exit is? The moment we attack liquidity and rebalance from this imbalance, look at this. Look at the reversal. Imagine you are trying to hold all of this down. Imagine you're trying to hold all of this down. But look at this beautiful delivery. You entered from here, price delivered to this place, you are out. And the moment you are out, look at this, look at all of these candles with momentum. The only place where there was a little bit of retracement was this place. But aside that, look at the momentum, and all of those things. Right. So continuation setups showing that now. Okay, I think I've used this as an example already. Right? I did this example. This is a V-shaped key level, right? It was tested once, once it held, it bought, then it got disrespected with an impulsive move to the downside. Internal range liquidity, and look at what price did. News, boom, broke. So what is the context behind this? We have a breakout one. We have a V-shaped key level that was tested once, that held, but now disrespected with an impulsive move. And the beautiful thing is that it is overlapping inside of an imbalance, right? So continuation setup tapped, and we started to drop. USA say welcome on this period now. In fact, USHF is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you. So beautiful. So we have um there are many more examples, right? Oh, okay. Any other question? So we can continue the rest tomorrow. At this point, I'm already tired and I still have to do some personal stuff. Any question? Don't worry, the recording is going to be shared tonight. The moment we are done, all of the seven, I will send everything out. Everything. I'm gonna send everything out. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So, any question? Question, please. Can we call it a night? Mm, okay. Thank you so much. Mr. Olu, we don't mind if you help us to do a graphic representation of continuation setup. Like from this class we had today, if you can help us come up with a graphic representation. I'm not going, let me, on my trading decks here, I have my own, I laminated my own as well, the one you did, right? I have it here, just brought it out. I laminated my own. I'm still going to hang it on my wall somewhere close to me where I can be seeing it. It looks so beautiful, right? Repetition is the mother of learning. I'm not going to lie to you. Let me tell you something one of my friends said to me. His name is FZ Nation. He's my very good friend. He said something which is very true. He said, one of the language of an unprofitable trader is show me something new. As long as you are here, I will not show you anything new. It's left to you. If you want to go and look for something new, go and join many Telegram channels. You are just going to be jumping in circles, jumping in circles over and over and over again, right? Repetition is the mother of learning. I won't stop, right? So it's now left to you, right? So we have a few minutes left. So thank you. Yes, yes. Wow. Okay. The continuation setup can be found in 30 minutes. Yes, now, yes, and find it there. Yes, you find it there. Beautiful. Just take your time, study. So, guys, see you. Get some water. Close your eyes small, but don't sleep too deep. Rinse and repeat the same thing tomorrow again. Rinse and repeat the same thing tomorrow again. So, bye. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I don't know if Mr. Olu has agreed to help us with the graphic representation for continuation setup. But thank you, each and every one of us, for the love, the care, the support, and be do have. You can be anything, you can have anything. right? And which other way does Matthew say it? You can be, you can do, you can have, right? That is the beautiful thing about life, right? So see you in the morning. Cheers and God bless. Love you all. Thank you. Anyone, if it's a flow chart, is fine. Anyone is fine. Good night, everybody. See you.